Hello dear obedient student, how are you all? I think everyone are fine here. So student, welcome back to our English class here. Student, we are going to learn and study about lesson 2, the sound of music. Yes, the sound of music. It is a very interesting, a very passionable and a very learning lesson. Here you are going to learn about a biography and the characters of a very great personality who is handicapped, who is physically challenged, and who is Divyang. And here she learns each and everything by struggle, by hard work, and at last she became very famous. So today we are going to learn about the sound of music. It is a lesson 2, an English class. So it is a book 1 and the part 1 of this lesson. So here we are going to write it down, some glossary part of this lesson. So before beginning with this lesson, student, I would like to take some introductory part of this lesson. The sound of music is divided among two parts. The first part what we will learn today, and another part we will discuss in another video. In the part 1 we will learn about and discuss about the biography of Elwyn Glennie, a girl who struggled hard to learn the music, how to play the musical instrument, though she is deaf. Though it is very possible to a music player, to a music performer to listen the music first, then he or she have to learn, but being a deaf girl, she couldn't able to listen the music at all, then how could it be possible to learn the musical instrument to her specially? So it is a very big challenge for her. Apart from these obstacles and the struggles, she worked hard, she did the work over the musical instrument day and night. At last she learned the music and how to play the all kind of musical instrument during that time, and everyone start becoming her followers, everyone start watching her orchestra's gathering, everyone start watching her in a solo performance where she used to perform individually and show her skill on musical instrument, and everyone became so happy by listening the music which is played by the musical instrument, and the master is she herself. And she did it, and she never thought that I am a physically challenged woman or a girl and I have to get sight. No, not at all like this. She struggled and she never thought this physically challenge of deafness can bring me down, but she never thought like this, and she struggled hard to achieve each and everything in her life, and she never kept any stone unturned, and she turned all the stones and she lifted them and she thrown it away, and she is here at all for this lesson, which is the lesson 2, the sound of music. So student, without further go, let's be started with the introductory part of the part 1. So student, please open the page number 17 and keep your index fingertip just under the sentence for a better understanding. So let's begin with this. Lesson number 2, the sound of music, part 1. Evelyn Glennie listens to sound without hearing it. So how beautiful it is. Yes, name of the character is Evelyn Glennie. Glennie listens to sound. What she do? She listen sound without hearing it. Yes, without hearing it. So this is what she used to do, and it is her own skill. Before you read what it says, God may have taken her hearing, but he has given her back something extraordinary. What we hear, she feels far more deeply than any of us. That is why she expresses music so beautifully. So if you know about the girl Evelyn Glennie, so what her qualities, just listen it out here. Whatever we hear, whatever we learn, whatever we get inside our ears, she knows about it by her own eyes, by the mind, okay, by the experience. She feels someone talk anything, and she learns without hearing. She hears without hearing. This is the quality of the girl Evelyn Glennie. Okay, and the second one, read the following accounts of a person who fought against a physically disability and make her life a success story. So the person who have written this extract a story about Evelyn Glennie, and he fights for the physically disabled persons and make them to come up, and he is the one who makes the publicity of his own writing, okay, towards rest of the world. Okay, this is what this person did here, and he fights for this girl, and he made this girl to achieve a greater path in her life. Okay, so apart from this, what we learn, if one's effort and able guidance supported to one or an individual or group, then he or she can going to achieve any difficulties or any obstacles or any aim in her life or in his life, or he or she can become an accomplished person. With this thought, let's begin with the first paragraph about Evelyn Glennie, a very success story about a disabled girl. So the first paragraph I am beginning. Rush hour, crowds jostle for position on the underground train platform. So the lesson begins here from the train platform. A slight girl, looking younger than her 17 years, was nervous yet excited as she felt the vibration of the approaching train. A slight girl, an ugly girl who is traveling to a city from a very backward area, and she is looking to a girl 1 year older than her, a 17 years old, and she is thinking that, okay, now I am going to face a very big challenges in my life. Okay, it was her first day at the prestigious Royal Academy of Music in London, and daunting enough for any teenager fresh from a Scottish farm. For the Evelyn Glennie, it is the first day of the school. Which school? Yes, a music school. Where it is situated? It is situated in London. So, Evelyn Glennie visit to London School of Music. London School of Music, and it is the first day of her school, and she is very afraid, So daunting means frightening and afraiding, so she is so afraid about it. Then, and she came from the Scottish farm, a teenager, a girl who is too small, and she comes under 12 age group. Then, but the aspiring musician faced a bigger challenge than most. She was profoundly deaf. Okay, then the aspiring musician faced a bigger challenge than most. She was profoundly deaf. Though she wants to become a musician, but a big challenge came in front of her, that she couldn't able to become a musician because day by day she is turning into a deafness. She is becoming deaf. And for a music player, it is more important to learn the music by his or her own ears and learn and come out through the musical instrument and its playing sense. Then This is what we have learned in the stanza number 1. In the stanza number 1 of this lesson, that Evelyn Glennie listened sound without hearing it, and she came from Scottish farm, a backward area or a village, to a London school of music, and she came here for learning the music. But she don't know that in the coming days she is going to become a deaf, and her age is a very small one. She is a teenager, okay, and she is very frightened to come here and to learn the music because she never seen such a big city in her life. Okay, this is what we have learned. Now let's begin with the another paragraph. Evelyn Glennie loss of hearing had been gradual. So her loss of hearing is gradual. Slowly she is losing her hearing. Day by day, or a month by month, year by year, she is losing her capacity of hearing. Her mother remembers noticing something was wrong when the 8-year-old Evelyn was waiting to play the piano. Okay, her mother noticed that something going to be wrong here, that an 8-year-old waiting to play the piano. She is in the queue to play the piano. Piano is a musical instrument. Yes or no? It is such a big kind of structure kept, okay, or a standard on the 4-legged sticks, and the piano was too big and it is a different kind of structure, and the person used to play it. Here you can see, yes, here you can see the piano, yes, which is kept here in the form of picture, and you can see here the sign phone, a musical instrument which is kept there, okay, on the top. Then see, then what happens? They called her name and she didn't move, though she want to play the piano. So a person who is the owner of the piano called her name. Hey Evelyn, come here, it's your turn to play the piano. But she is not listening at all, but she wants to play the piano, and it is noticed by her own mother. They called her name and she didn't move. I suddenly realized she hadn't heard, says Isabel Glennie. So Isabel Glennie is a mother of the Evelyn Glennie, and what she says that she couldn't able to hear properly, though the owner is calling her name. For quite a while, Evelyn managed to conceal her growing deafness from friends and teachers. So what do you mean by the word conceal? Conceal means, yes, in the stanza, wait, in the paragraph number 2, you got a word conceal. Conceal means hiding. It means hiding, okay, not showing out. So she tries to conceal her weakness, her deafness from the students and teachers. She don't used to mingle up with other students and the teachers because she don't want that someone calls her again and again, and her deafness, her weakness should get known to another person. So, but by the time she was 11, her marks had deteriorated, and her headmaster urged her parents to take her to a specialist. Then what happens when she is 11-year-old and she was studying in the school and she want to hide her deafness from others, but when the marks she scored very less, her marks were deteriorated. Deteriorated means scoring very less, okay. Deteriorated means, okay, something changed for a wrong one. When her marks deteriorated, then the headmistress or headmaster of the Evelyn Glennie school told to her parents, just take to the specialist, and whatever we are speaking she couldn't able to hear properly, then how could it be possible to score a good marks? Then it was then discovered that her hearing was severely impaired as a result of gradual nerve damage. So when they taken her to the specialist said she is going to lose a several hearing problem and her nerve was damaged, okay, and she had a gradual nerve damaged in her eardrum, inside her ear organ. Then they were advised that she should be fitted with hearing aids and sent to a school for the deaf, and the specialist advised to her parents that she will be given and hearing aids and she would be admitted to the special deaf school rather than general school where all students study at a single place. Everything suddenly looked black, says Evelyn. So what Evelyn says here, everything start looking me so black, so ugly, so drowsy, so lazy because my life was turned from one place to another, and this is a stage where I loosen my hearing skill. Okay, then in this paragraph number 2, what we have learned, we learned that from the normal life she is taken to another life where she think about herself, what to do now. Now I have loosened my hearing. Okay, now let's begin with the third paragraph. In the third paragraph you will learn about a musical instrument which she used to play. But Evelyn was not going to give up. She was determined to lead a normal life and pursue her interest in music. One day she noticed a girl playing a xylophone, yes, it is xylophone, and decided that she wanted to play it too. Then what happened? The Evelyn Glennie was very strong girl, a bold and courageous girl, and she wanted to lead a normal life like a normal people. She didn't thought that I am a deaf, that I don't have a hearing sense, but she didn't brought this weakness over her. She didn't show it off. She behaved like a normal person, and one day she saw a girl playing a xylophone. See, you can see here in the picture, it is a xylophone. Okay, a big wooden kind of structure where it is played by the with help of the sticks. And what she decided for herself, she thought, I will learn this xylophone how that girl is playing. Then most of the teachers discouraged her, but percussionist Ron Forbes spotted her potential. So most of the teachers of the musical teachers thought she couldn't able to do because she is deaf. If she couldn't hear the music, how could she will learn? But the percussionist is a person who is a great master, a mastermind in all musical instrument. What he thought, no, this girl will become one of the good music player in the musical instrument and she can learn the music. And rest of the teachers, no, how this girl become a good music player? We don't think so because she have a hearing problem. Then what happened? Yes, he began to tuning two large drums to different notes. Doesn't listen through your ears, he would say. Try to sense it some other way, says Evelyn. And the Evelyn Glennie is reciting her story. I met a percussionist who is a mastermind in all musical instruments. So how he teaches me the music? He had a big drums. He started beating the drums very hard and hard, harder and harder, hardest and the hardest. And she is listening at all. Though she couldn't able to listen, but the percussionist, a mastermind in musical instrument, said to her, don't listen by your own ears. Listen by the motion. Listen by your own experience. Listen by your ears and bring that imagination in your body that how I am playing. And this trick given to Evelyn Glennie by that percussionist, and the name of that percussionist is Ron Forbes. Okay. Says Evelyn, suddenly I realized I could feel the higher drum from the waist up and the lower one from the waist down. Now I can learn how the drum could be played. Okay, in the another waist, okay, it is too higher, in left side waist it is too smaller. Through that I can listen the sound, which drum is playing a huge sound and which one is small. So she used to say, okay, by only watching. Okay, then Forbes repeated the exercise and soon Evelyn discovered that she could sense certain notes in different parts of her body. I had learned to open my mind and body to sounds and vibration. The rest was sheer determination and hard work. See, here you will get know about the note which is given by the Evelyn. I can learn the music in different manner, though this one A percussionist taught me how to learn the music without hearing, and he had noticed in the Evelyn that Evelyn is listening the music through her own body, through the mind. So the vibration which is coming out of the musical instrument, she is sensing and realizing those vibration and the sound through its body, and she is learning each and everything in such a systematic manner, and she got new and she learned about each and every musical instrument by realizing its sound, by realizing its music through mind, through eyes, through sense, and through the vibration what she is getting there in her own body. Okay, and the rest was sheer determination and hard work, and the determination and the hard work brought her to learn the musical instrument, okay, without hearing. So in the paragraph number 3, you will learn 2 words. Which one? Determination. Determination and hard work brought her to learn musical instrument, okay, by mind and sense, by mind and eyes, comma, even sense power, okay, through vibrations, which were coming outside from the musical instrument. These all things help her to learn about the musical instrument, and her favorite musical instrument is a xylophone. A xylophone is a favorite musical instrument. Okay. Then in the paragraph number 4th, which paragraph? Yes, paragraph number 4th. She never looked back from that point onwards. The day when she learned about the music and she got the trick from the percussionist, from the Forbes, from that day she never looked back. She started moving forward and she started achieving and learning each and every musical instrument. She never looked back from that point onwards. She toured the United Kingdom with the youth orchestra, and by the time she was 16, so she participated in the youth orchestra. Okay, in the paragraph number 4th, you will learn about youth orchestra. Youth orchestra is a team. It is a team, okay, which used to perform in front of the large audience, in front of the large assembly. Okay, the whole auditorium is made for the musical instrument. The orchestra means a group of students, a group of musical players are playing at a single stage. So she became a part of it, and the age of the Alvin Glenn is just 16 years old. Okay, 16 years old and some 2 years or 3 years elder than you. Then what happens? She had decided to make music her life. She auditioned for the Royal Academy of Music and scored one of the highest marks in the history of the Academy. She gradually moved from orchestral work to solo performance. So what happened? She decided that I am going to make my career in the music, and she auditioned herself in front of the many percussionists, in front of the many judges, and she was passed with the highest and highest marks, and she got such kind of marks that now no one got such kind of marks in the history. Where? In the United Kingdoms, yes, in the which Royal Academy of Music. Okay, so she scored very good marks in the Royal Academic Music. And from the orchestral work to solo performance, Though earlier she was in the orchestra, in the orchestral work where a group of musicians used to play the music. From that she became so famous, she scored good marks and she shifted to solo performance. What is a solo performance? That the performance which is given by a one person, one lady or a one woman, one man or a one person, which is given by only one person in the assembly or in the whole audience where people are watching their performance. Okay, then what happened? Then at the end of her 3 years course, she had captured most of the top awards. So, and it is a course, and in the end of the 3 years course, she captured most of the awards in her life, and she had many and many awards in her life. This is what you got from the 4th paragraph, where Evelyn Glennie became famous. From the orchestra player, she became a solo performer. From this orchestra, she became solo performer. Understood? And she achieved and accomplished, and she taken too many awards in her life, and she became famous at all. Now let's begin with the 5th paragraph. And for all this, Evelyn won't accept any hint of heroic achievement. If you work hard and know where you are going, you will get there. And she got right to the top, the world's most sought after multi-percussionist with a mastery of some 1,000 instruments and hectic international schedule. Then she becomes too famous, and Evelyn Glennie had only one principle. Don't run behind the awards, don't run behind the prizes, don't run behind the position. Run over your work, run to improve your work, run to improve your skill, run to learn new things in your own field. The awards, the prizes, the position will come and they will choose you rather than you are going to choose it. So this is what the principle she used to follow, and slowly she became the famous throughout the England, throughout the British, and she learned each and everything, and the auditions will start coming, and she started giving the time to each and every international stages. She going there, performing there, and earning her name and fame. So this is what they are in the 5th paragraph of this part 1. So student, today we have discussed 5 paragraphs of the part 1. Okay, the sound of music, which is the accounts of Deborah Cowley, and he have written such a good extract over Evelyn Glennie. And Evelyn Glennie is a good music player throughout the world, though she is deaf. She have some hearing problem. So this is all about today's video. We have discussed first five paragraphs of this lesson, and student, watch this video once, twice and thrice, understand it, and read the remaining 5 paragraphs. We are going to discuss about remaining 5 paragraphs in another video. For the time being, okay, have a nice day, take care, bye bye.